Hi everyone, it's Don, and I hope you're having a fantastic week. I'm away this week traveling through Mexico, and I thought I'd bring up a video since I'm near that area all about ships that were built specifically for an itinerary like the Panama Canal and Alaska. And I'm going to tell you about what Princess did to specifically look at these itineraries. Coming up right after this. So today we're talking about the Coral Princess. And if you look at the shape of the Coral Princess, the first thing you're going to notice is that it's thin and it's really long compared to a lot of cruise ships you're going to look at. And the reason for that is they built it so it can go through the Panama Canal. And the Panama Canal is pretty narrow. It's made for oil tankers, which are long and thin and things like that. So you're not going to be able to fit a normal cruise ship that likes its nice wide hulls to fit large pools and large theaters and things like that in it. So Princess designed these ships specifically about this. Now, one of the great things about the Coral Princess class ships is that they're 96 tons and around 960 so feet. The next ship down from them is only 76,000 tons. So there's a 20% difference between the two ships, yet they hold the same amount of passengers. So if you're looking for a ship that's not going to feel overcrowded, then yeah, the Coral Princess is a really good choice. The Coral Princess was built back in 2002 and it had a major refurb in 2009 and another refurb again in 2016. So she's pretty new and up to date as far as what the looks are concerned. I mean, if you look at the atrium, it looks like every other Princess atrium out there. It doesn't look run down, it looks shiny, it looks new. You're not going to get that feeling that, hey, this is an old ship, I can tell right off the bat. And because the Coral Princess was built specifically for Alaska and Panama Canal, what do you want from a ship going to those itineraries? You want a ship with lots of top deck space. And this has it in abundance. And again, because it holds less passengers than ships 20% smaller, you can get off by yourself almost anywhere on the top decks, and it's really great. You don't feel crowded. You can feel almost alone on a sea, on like a port day. And even when you're at sea and going through the glaciers, there's lots of places up on deck to get the perfect viewing area. You're not fighting for competition to get that picture that you want. There's 2 different levels and you will find yourself a spot pretty much guaranteed. One thing you will notice from these kind of itineraries is that it does tend to draw an older crowd. In fact, it's not unusual for the Coral Princess to have over 50% of its passengers over the age of 60. And because of those reasons, they don't put a lot of activities that might be a little bit strenuous or physical on board. And it tends to be a port-heavy itinerary with, that's the destination. The destination is what you're going on this cruise for more than the ship. So the entertainment on board can be a little lacking compared to other Princess or other cruise lines. Now that's not to say they don't have entertainment. They have full Broadway shows in the large theater and they're full production shows, and they have entertainment in the atrium area. There's always quartet or jazz bands, something going on at some point in the atrium, especially in Alaska where you have puppies in the plaza and things like this. They'll also have game shows going on and the music in the bars. So there will be things going on. You'll just notice it'll be a little bit more toned down. As far as dining is concerned, the Lido Buffet is nice, it's clean, it's bright, some really great seating up there to enjoy the views if you're going through the lock. One thing you will notice is it does have a few less choices that you might see on other itineraries or other ships. Remember, it is a fairly small amount of people on this size ship, so they tend to, make the choices as if they are on more of a Sun class ship than they are on their class. So that could be a watch out. Choices of the food's going to be good. It's just going to be a little less choices than you might get on what you would expect from that size ship. And anyone I talk to there seems to enjoy the meal quite a bit. In fact, to the point where you don't really need to upgrade to specialty dining unless you really, really want to. The food is kind of on par with what you're going to get in those restaurants. Giovanni's Italian restaurant there just seems to be something lacking sometimes. The food is good, it's just not great, which is what you expect when you upcharge to a specialty restaurant. Now, if you're looking for a little bit of Cajun seafood, the Bayou Cafe just might be the way to go, because I do like my seafood and I do like Cajun spices. So, I'm a little biased there. If you're looking to just lounge around on the top deck and you're looking for some food, well, you got the soft ice cream up there. You can get pizza, hamburgers, hot dogs. So all your comfort foods are sitting up there. Well, French fries, of course, are sitting up there on the Lido deck as well near the pool. So you're going to have a very good time, and those foods are cooked to order, including the pizza if you want. You can actually ask them, to specifically, if you get a pepperoni pizza but you want mushrooms on them, ask them to make one with mushrooms on it. 9 times out of 10, they'll oblige. So what you're going to get with this ship on the Coral Princess is basically everything you would get on the Royal or the Regal, but you get it down on a smaller scale. It's going to be clean, lots of deck space, there's activities to do, good Broadway shows, the food is good, and you've got fantastic views from the top deck just because the way the ship is designed. You're going to have a least amount of people for that size ship than pretty much any other cruise line. Like, these ships really are designed to hold closer to 3,000 passengers, and they only hold under 2,000. So yeah, you're going to feel a lot more open space on these class ships. And as far as the service on board, Cruise Critic and reviews have always given the staff top marks on this ship. I've never seen it dip below a 4 out of 5. Normally it's 5 out of 5. They seem to be very attentive, and they seem to look after their passengers without you having to go and search for things or ask for things. They seem to be there anticipating your ever needs, and that basically is all you can ever ask from a crew attendant. And keep yourself not intruding on your vacation, but be there servicing you without you really even noticing. That's, in my book, top-notch service. So that's a quick review of the Coral Princess. I hope you like this review. It's a great ship, like I said, especially for the itineraries of the Panama Canal and Alaska, with that view from up top on those decks and the wide open areas. You just can't beat it. You're not going to find too many ships that you can see Alaska everywhere on the top deck and not have people around you and trying to struggle for those photos. So keep the Coral Princess in mind if you're thinking about any of those itineraries. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more videos and more tips and more blogs about cruising, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.